Deuce pairs the board. It's nice for Ola.
And so Ola's concerned that Gerd has a better pair. To have called with the short stack still to decide behind him. And now he's going to fire out a bet of $500,000 himself, so I would never think that Ola will fold here, but I'm sure he is actually concerned that he's behind. Let's have a look at our Zynga poker leaderboard. Ola Shimian out front right now, but just behind him, Michael Marrakesh, trying to chase down that 218,000 euro top prize. Worst case scenario, 6th place finisher getting 39,000 euros. Action on Michael Bainer.
Yeah, quick fold by him. The antes are 5,000, the blinds are 15 and 30. Here we go. And it is on Gerd. He goes out. And now it's on Patrice Brandt. And he will not play that junk. Amjad Nadir, 37 years old. Jack 10, he likes it. Makes it 60,000 to go. And now our chip leader, Ola, going out.
Michael Marrakesh here is got an ace-4. Now, it looks like we have only one blind in this hand. Must be a leftover from whoever was eliminated in 7th place, as Michael is going to call out of what is actually the one single blind here against Amjad's raise. And on this Queen 9-5 flop, he doesn't have much.
So Michael not hitting anything and open-ended for Amjad.
Pretty ideal flop for Amjad. Michael here, perhaps aware that he could be ahead, but just doesn't have anything to continue with.
Amjad taking down hand number 1. He started playing cash games about 5 years ago, and now he's been playing tournaments for 3 years.
Pretty cool that Amjad has played 2 WPTs and cashed in both.
Now Patrice Brandt picking up the very attractive ace-king.
Patrice has about 15 blinds here, so his decision is between a small raise and an all-in.
He used to do a series called Friends.
All in.
And now he is going to go all in with the ace-king.
And he would swear they were on a break, Vince!
Okay, will he get action? Michael Bainer is considering this. Nope, he won't do it. So Patrice going to take that. And he's got some buddies there on the rail, rooting him on. They love their poker here in Germany.
Now, 4 of the 6 final tablists are German, so I'm sure many of them have their friends and family in the audience tonight supporting them.
That's right, okay. We move on. Amjad with a decent Jack 10 of clubs.
Looks like he's limped in. Fairly odd play. And now with Michael Marrakesh with a 9-7 offsuit on the cutoff. Surprised that he wants to get involved here. This is a pretty bad hand, and you know your opponent is likely to continue, but Michael seemingly does not respect Amjad's game to raise him with 9-7 offsuit in position. Seems to think that there is an advantage in getting post-flop heads up against Amjad. So he'll make this call.
And the flop is a Jack 5 deuce. So Amjad hitting jacks, and he's going to check the jacks.
Great flop for Amjad. Nothing here for Michael, but it's an uncoordinated flop, and I would expect him to bet small at this.
That's what he's going to do. He's going to bet 110.
And you see, that's a smaller sizing than he used pre-flop when he went 120. That's called a down bet, and it's become very popular on these uncoordinated boards. Amjad makes this call. We get a king on the turn, which is a better card for Michael to represent than Amjad. I think Amjad is likely to check call the flop with ace high but not king high. Michael knows that and knows that he can represent the king, so he's going to continue bluffing here.
And Amjad with the jacks. Let's see if he'll call. Yes, he does.
Okay.
He's not going anywhere. Going to the river.
Well, Michael with no outs now.
Oh, a 7 hit. So now Michael has 7s.
Yeah, I would expect that to slow him down. Amjad can have pairs under the 7. He can have an ace-5, ace-4, ace-3 be drawing. He can have spades. So Michael's going to win at showdown a lot if he checks here. I'd be surprised if he bets.
All in.
Oh my, wow.
He's going to push it all in, put all the pressure.
I guess Michael believes that if Amjad had a hand that can call 3 bets, he would have heard about it on an earlier street, that Amjad would have raised him. And so Michael, with a tremendous play here, turns his pair into a bluff and pushes Amjad out of a pot that was supposed to be his. No 9-8 offsuit this time.
Yeah, he goes away. Now Michael Bainer, he goes out. Han Young, they call him Gerd, non-professional player, also won't play.
Patrice still our short stack.
All in.
Wow, he's going to shove it all in. He's got a pair of sixes.
He knows how the short stack plays. Amjad going out. Doesn't have a hand to call with. So Patrice survives for at least another hand. A lot of the players at this table, I'm sure, waiting to see what happens with Patrice and his short stack before getting involved in some really big pots. However, we did, of course, see Michael Marrakesh run that big bluff on Amjad, who folded a better pair on the river. Now he's going to raise up pocket sixes, and Gerd has pipped him with pocket sevens. Makes this call. Now with Ola in the big blind holding an 8 and a 10. He likes the single squeeze.
Ola, his first WPT final table.
Makes this call, so a three-way flop of 10, 9, 7.
Wow, three of a kind for Gerd. Top pair for Ola and an open-ended straight draw.
Something for everyone, but Gerd out in front with bottom set. Also has position here. He's gonna make a bet of 150,000.
Why not? Hitting the set on the flop, make him pay. Ola, of course, top pair, open-ended. He will stick around, makes this call. And the sixes weaken considerably. He goes out, going to the turn. Wow, a jack that gives a straight to Ola. And he's gonna check it.
Very much not the card Gerd wanted to see, so he will check back.
Hoping to pair up the board, but not to be a king on the river.
I expect Ola to bet with a missed flush draw out there, but no, he checks it. And I think that should get him another bet here. I would be really surprised if Gerd checked this back. Seems like you should bet either the turn or river here, so your opponent can have a lot more than just straights.
The action clock is ticking down.
Yeah, Gerd checks this.
I win.
Yeah, with two one-card straights out there, I'm not sure there's a lot more value. Might be better to check than bet there.
And Gerd is saying, how do you flop a set and lose? I just did that.
Well, he only lost one bet, so
That's
I can
true.
appreciate that.
That's true. Ola take it down the pot. Man has made 13.5 million in tournament cashes. Third all-time German money winner. Played that conservatively, but works out nicely for him.
Action now with Michael Bainer. He and Patrice are the two short stacks around this table. He's going to raise up Queen Jack to 75.
Gerd still disgusted from that last hand. Goes out, and Patrice also folding.
Amjad going out.
And now Ola with a decent ace-3 of diamonds.
He's in the small blind. You see him assessing Michael's stack there and realizes that there's not a natural way to play that hand. So Ola ends up folding. Now over to Michael Marrakesh.
He will make this call. He will splash it around with an 8-7. Let's see what happens. Flop is a 7. Jack 10. So Bainer out in front with jacks.
And Baynard is very short here, so I would expect him to bet once, and if Michael calls, the money will likely go in on the turn. And it's possible that Michael just puts the money in here with the pair and the gut shot, and he may think that if he moves all in, he can stop Michael Baynard from calling with something like ace-king or ace-queen.
All in.
There you go. And Michael Baynard only has 11 blinds behind, and his opponent could have a lot of draws here. So I'm really surprised to see him still considering this, but I guess whenever it's your tournament life and you don't have a nut hand, sometimes you just want to take a breath and make sure you're not doing anything crazy.
The action clock is now down to 5 seconds.
Call.
And he will make this call. And he's out in front to double up. Michael Marrakesh needs some luck. Bainer doesn't want to be outdrawn, otherwise he's gone.
deuce, no help to either player. So Marrakesh looking for a 7, 8, or 9 to get the win and eliminate Baynard.
Will it happen that way? No, a 6 on the river. So Baynard gonna double up and survive.
Play online poker for real cash and prizes at WPT Global. Sign up for free today using bonus code YT22 and get a $1,200 deposit bonus.
It's 15 and 30. Let's see what Patrice does with it. He'll make it 75,000 to go. Amjad goes away, and now Ola hits an ace-king.
Oh man, this is shaping up real bad for Patrice. He's only got 18 blinds to start this hand, so it's going to be very tough to get away.
Wow, he's going to re-raise. Makes it 190 to go. Now, right behind him, Michael has a pair of 10s here.
He and Ola are 1 and 2 in chips, so Michael doesn't really want to play a massive pot with Ola here. So he elects to call, no 4-bet.
Everybody else goes out, and now it's back on Patrice.
Patrice has to know that Michael has a very real hand, and of course suspects that Ola has a real hand, so his decision is between call and all in.
Well, Patrice bought into this tournament 4 times. He needs the money here. The clock ticks down to 5 seconds, and 2 seconds he will make this call.
Okay. So 3 ways to the flop with over 600,000 in the middle. That's more than Patrice started this hand with.
The flop is a king 9 deuce. Ola hitting kings.
And in a way, that's a good flop for Patrice because it misses him so much that he won't commit more chips here when he's way behind.
Interesting way of looking at it.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, that's a tournament player's mindset. Hey, I only lost a little bit.
Marrakesh has raised with king jack. Right behind him, Baynard with an ace-8 has made this call.
All in.
And now Patrice with the 10s, and he shoves all in.
Yeah, Patrice with a very natural all-in here. Just 11 blinds on his pocket 10s. And Michael Marrakesh here is too strong.
Wow,
He's
yep.
going to go all in and push Baynard out of this pot.
Yeah, they're going to turn the cards up. And Patrice a slight favorite. 10s over the king jack of spades. Patrice Brandt, 34 years old, born and raised in Germany. Now he has to sweat out 5 more cards.
Luck. Thanks, man.
6th place is going to take home 39,000 euros. Patrice hopes it's not him at this point. Here we go with the flop.
And safe so far for the 10s.
Very nice. Gets the heart as well. So the short stack looking good here after that flop.
Well, Michael Marrakesh has lost 1 all-in already. Now facing the possibility of losing 2. Queen, okay, so a 10 no longer any good.
Solid.
For Patrice trying to fade a 10, jack, or king.
Short stack favored going into the last
Deuce.
card. What will it be? A C4!
10s hold up.
Yes! 1 for the little man. Taking the pot when you're on the short stack. Ola still is the chip leader at this point. Blinds are going up to 20 and 40, and here we go. Ola has raised this with king jack to 80,000.
Michael Baynard behind him has a king jack of his own, but his is suited.
Call.
Baynard gonna make this call.
Into Gerd, who has an ace-9 behind them, but he won't play that. Patrice gonna take a breather. Amjad with a little 6-7 of hearts.
He'll come along from the big blind.
So 3-way action. Here we go. And the flop is a 10-10-5, helps no one.
It's actually a pretty good flop for Ola. He's the only one with a diamond, and neither of his opponents connected in a meaningful way, so he's just gonna fire out a small bet here.
90,000.
I expect this to work, yeah.
This guy's got to lay this hand down. They don't want to gamble against Ola, who has such a big reputation over here in Europe.
Meanwhile, the Royal Flush crew hanging out at the Dr. Pepper bar.
Looking like they're having a great time. I'm sure they are.
Good vantage point for the final table.
And we move on. Gerd going out. Patrice.
Well, Patrice Gonna make a tight fold on the button there with queen 9, but it works out. Amjad wakes up with ace queen in the small.
Yeah, he will bump this up, makes it 120 to go. Ola with a jack 10 makes his call. Amjad, the businessman, non-professional player, holding his own here today, playing quite well. Let's see what happens here. 9-6 deuce. Uneventful for both players.
Actually not a bad flop for Amjad, 2 over cards. So he will bet out here for 150,000. And Ola does not want to continue.
Yes, Amjad taking that pot. Non-professional player, playing with the big boys, that guy on his left.
Liverpool soccer fanatic Amjad Nadir says he essentially lives for Liverpool. I wonder, Vince, if he had to choose between winning a WPT or Liverpool winning the Premier League, what does Amjad take?
I don't know.
Neither do I. I'd have to ask him.
All right, we move on to this hand. Bunch of folds.
Patrice here, gonna fold 7-6 suited. Amjad now with jack 8 on the button. He's also going out, so you do see that the shorter stacks are playing pretty tight if it means raising into the blinds of the big stacks here. Ola now in the small blind against Michael Marrakesh in the big.
And that is just a call by Ola. And Michael Marrakesh not going to get fancy. Willing to see 3 cards. Here we go. Flop is a jack 7 deuce. Ola will check it with his ace high. Former tour guide Michael will bet at 40,000 with just a queen high back on Ola.
Michael just taking a stab, hoping that Ola will go away. He does have some backdoor draws and an overcard with the queen.
Yeah, he's going to call it going to the turn. And a queen hit, so Michael Marrakesh hitting his queens. Beautiful card for him. Ola checks. 115 now bet by the tour guide. And that's going to get Ola to lay the hand down. The tour guide will take down that pot very nicely. All right, the recreational player, Gerd, quickly folding his hand. Patrice Brandt also going out. Amjad also folding around to the chip leader, Ola, who has a king 9.
Ola raising into the blinds of Mike and Mike.
80,000.
And Mike number 1, Marrakesh, finds ace queen in the small blind. Now, Marrakesh is second in chips, so the standard play is to re-raise here facing a button raise, but when you're second and the chip leader is the one raising, sometimes you take a more passive strategy.
270.
Nope, he's going up here, making it 270.
He's a former tour guide out of Prague, now playing poker for a living and playing quite well. So now it's back on Ola. Do you want to see a flop, Ola?
Now, Ola probably has right around the cutoff. I like the fold there. I think he recognizes that Michael's going to play a little extra tight in this situation.
Well, Michael is a family man, has a 2-year-old son, and he says to his wife, I'm playing poker 17 days a month. The rest of the time, I'm with you and the baby, and it works out.
They've got a system.
Yeah. Okay, we move on, a few folds. And now Ola looking at a king 3 of hearts, and he'll raise it to 90,000.
Michael Marrakesh calls the button with king queen, and now Michael Bainer in the small blind. He's sitting on about 20 blinds and peaks at ace 10.
This man got into this tournament through a 350 euro satellite. Loves to travel and play soccer, and now he's finally got an opportunity to build on his stack. What will he do?
It's a good opportunity if he takes it.
All in.
Wow, he's going to shove all in. Gerd looks down at an awful 7-4, can't call that.
Ola can't continue. Michael has a close one here, but he knows Michael Baynard is being really tight, so he elects to fold as well. So Baynard does take that one down.
So the short stacks making it work here so far tonight in Berlin. 6 players going at it.
Play online poker for real cash and prizes at WPT Global. Sign up for free today using bonus code YT22 and get a $1,200 deposit bonus.
Down in the felt, Amjad holding his own here tonight. Is going to quickly fold. Ola with the queen, 6 of diamonds. He elects to fold as well.
Now over to Michael with an ace-10. He's going to open the 90,000. Michael Baynard behind him will fold king-6.
Gerd going away, and now Patrice.
All in.
And he's going to just shove all in.
Is that?
Well, Patrice with the king-queen and under 20 blinds. Does what short stacks do and moves in pre-flop. Michael with a tough decision here. Knows Patrice is playing pretty tight. And he lets it go.
Patrice Brandt, 34 years old, born and raised in Germany, taking this one down. But he just can't get on track. These short stacks are hanging around, but they're just, the big opportunity's not really happening for them.
None of the chip leaders are wasting their chips and giving them a spot to move up that leaderboard.
That's a good point. All right, back to the money pit. Ola. Oh man, he's got a real hand this time. Pair of jacks. Makes 85,000 to go. Michael 1 goes out. Michael 2 goes out as well.
Now over to Gerd. He has a 10-8 suited on the button. Some players like to call here, others 3-bet. Gerd is cutting out raising chips.
Uh-oh. He's got a very tight image at the table. And he's going to get respect from that. He makes it 250 to go. Patrice out.
You're right, Vince. Gerd does have a tight image, so I wouldn't expect Ola to put in another raise here, but he certainly won't fold. Meanwhile, Amjad has just 20 blinds in the big blind. And something I've learned in my studies recently is that you should never be calling a 3-bet out of the big blind when
Don't
you're
start
100
giving
blinds
lessons
deep.
over here.
That's right, I'm giving some lessons, Vince.
Come on now.
I've been doing my homework.
Don't wise him up. It's down to 2 seconds on the clock, and he is going to make this call.
Yeah, I was worried something like this would happen. This just is not a good idea from Amjad. Potentially could get himself in a lot of trouble.
Look at Ola. Looking down at these guys saying, wait, do I repop? What do I do? Just call?
I call.
Okay.
Yeah, Ola just gonna call.
Very interesting hand. Big pot brewing.
And he should be alarmed. He knows that Amjad should have a huge hand to make that flat.
Oh, the flop's an 8-7 deuce. That's great for Ola with the overpair.
Really bad flop for Gerd because he'll probably put some more money in here. And Ola, instead of checking to the 3-better like you typically see, is actually going to lead out here. And I think that's because he expects Gerd to check back this flop pretty often, and he's happy to just bet and get it in against Amjad and his short stack.
He's going to do it. He's going to bet 240. Find out where he is. Well, a call by Gerd. Amjad goes out, so going to the turn. Deuce pairs the board. Just nice for Ola.
And so Ola's concerned that Gerd has a better pair. To have called with the short stack still to decide behind him. And now he's going to fire out a bet of $500,000 himself, so I would never think that Ola will fold here, but I'm sure he is actually concerned that he's behind.
Can Ola figure this out? Yeah, he can't lay that down. No, he's going to make this call going to the river.
And it's a pretty good board for jacks here.
Ace on the river.
That might shut things down. I wouldn't expect Gerd to turn his hand into a bluff. Nope, he will check. And so Ola here played this hand about as well as possible, got the maximum, takes down a big pot.
Der Turn war ja okay.
Ja, River war ziemlich kacke.
Ola, he is getting the bratwurst here tonight at the final table, extends his chip lead.